have a fairly large panel of speakers, and each one of them with lots to tell you. But we do not have limitless time, unfortunately. So I would request each one of you to try to contain your presentation within 7-8 minutes, as shortly as possible. Let's begin with Mr. Rama, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Arunji. Normally, politicians take up all the mic space. This time you did. But that was a good start. क्योंकि हम लोग बहुत ज़्यादा बोलते हैं माइक छोड़ते नहीं बट इस बार आपने थोड़ा firstly thank you sir, thank you to the entire team of ET and Deloitte for inviting us and for actually making us share the podium with my colleague ministers. यहाँ आने से पहले मैं भी कह रहा था हमारे कुछ मित्र मिले थे यहाँ पे तो I was just telling them that this normally is the job of union government कि सारे राज्यों को और राज्यों के मंत्रियों को एक जगह बिठा के एक दूसरे से सीखने का जो मौका मिलता है हमें एक दूसरे को समझने का और सीखने का जो मौका मिलता है नॉर्मली सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट करती है बट इस बार आप कर रहे हो बहुत अच्छी बात है थैंक यू फॉर दैट एज वेल एंड let me just give you a couple of things from my side, my state, Telangana. Our honorable chief minister always says one thing whenever, as a minister for information technology, as a minister for industry and commerce, when I go to him and tell him कि ऐसा कोई नया टेक्नोलॉजी है जैसे AI है, रोबोटिक्स है, साइबर सिक्योरिटी है या ब्लॉकचेन है, the first question and the only question he has is इससे एक आम आदमी के जिंदगी में क्या फर्क पड़ेगा? What is the positive societal impact of this technology that you're telling me? If there is no positive societal impact, it's futile. It's one of those cool technologies which will basically do nothing. It's nice to learn, understand, but it does nothing. So in fact, my government's and our government's steady focus has been on three things. And our honorable chief minister has said, if you really have to catch on the digital revolution that is ushering in across the world, we have to have three things in place. First, of course, the digital infrastructure. Second, digital literacy. And third is digital technology adoption. मतलब infrastructure जैसे अभी आपने कहा 5G हो या fiber to home हो, अगर ये नहीं है तो people will not have access to the best information across. The second thing is, even though you might have infrastructure in place, you might not be literate enough to be able to use it judiciously. And the third thing, of course, as you pointed out, Indians are very, very good at adopting technologies. But sometimes what does happen is, unless we adopt it properly, adopt it properly in the sense of ensuring that the services are delivered even from government to citizen or even between citizen to citizen or government to government, that sort of adoption has to happen. So these are the three things we have focused on. As a result, in fact, Telangana has done some very, very interesting things. One of the things we have done using technology in terms of government to citizen service delivery, Telangana, I think, is possibly the only state in the country where an individual can renew his driving license on a Sunday sitting at home. I don't know if any other state does it, but my state does it. Telangana is possibly also the only state in the country where a pensioner, a government pensioner, can renew their pension, every year by taking a selfie using facial recognition. They can upload the photo, and we basically they don't have to come to the government office. The third thing I'll tell you, Telangana is possibly the only state in the country also which has encouraged something called as the mobile wallet, RTA's mobile wallet, the road transport authorities. काफ़ी बार क्या होता है, हम लोग कोई गाड़ी चला रहे हैं कहीं रोड पे, दिल्ली में या कहीं और, बीच में एक पुलिस वाला आके रोक देता है, बोलता है इंश्योरेंस निकालो, रजिस्ट्रेशन कार्ड निकालो, लाइसेंस निकालो, कोई ना एक चीज़, तीनों में से कोई ना कोई एक चीज़ तो हम लोग भूल ही जाते हैं. What we've done is, in Telangana, we gave it to a startup there, and they have developed this nice Digi wallet where you can store all three on your phone, and more than 2.5 million downloads, more than 25 lakh people have downloaded it, are using it judiciously. So I can tell you many, many other cool things that we do, but the point is, I think unless you leverage technology judiciously for the benefit of citizens, for the benefit of your investors, for the benefit of larger good, it is futile. The last thing I'll tell you, in fact, the award that ET gave us today is on ease of doing business reforms that we have done in Telangana. We are very proud of what we've done. We have conferred upon the investors, the prospective investors, a right to self-certification. मतलब तेलंगाना में अगर आपको कोई फैक्ट्री बनानी है, आपको गवर्नमेंट से कोई परमिशन लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. You can hit the ground running. start construction of the factory on day one. And this is backed by statute, by legislation. तो जैसे आप फैक्ट्री का कंस्ट्रक्शन चालू करते हो और साइमल्टेनियसली आप एक एप्लीकेशन डाल देते हो TS iPass जो हमारी पोर्टल है, we take 15 days to process it, give you all clearances, even if that involves 30, 40, 50 departments. अगर 15 दिन में हम हाँ या ना में जवाब नहीं देते हैं तो 16वां दिन इट्स एन ऑटोमेटिक अप्रूवल, डीम्ड अप्रूवल. और 16वां दिन एक और काम भी हम करते हैं. यहाँ काफ़ी सारे IAS ऑफिसर भी बैठे हैं, ऑफिसर लोग भी बैठे हैं, रेजिडेंट कमिश्नर्स हैं, स्पेशल चीफ सेक्रेटरीज हैं. हम 16वां दिन से एक और काम ये करते हैं कि बाय एक्ट, बाय लेजिस्लेशन, whoever is holding up or whoever has held up that file, that clearance, will be fined a sum, a penalty of rupees 1,000 per day till such time as he or she clears it. So this is how we blended in technology, accountability, and real world needs to come out with ease of doing business reforms. And therefore, we're actually right on top even in the ease of doing business rankings of Government of India and World Bank as well. But I thank ET for this opportunity. Thank Arunji for this opportunity.
May I request Mr. Nandi?
इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स द्वारा आयोजित डिजिटेक कनक्लेव में पहले तो मैं बधाई देना चाहता हूं आपको. जैसा भी हमारे कलीग भाई ने बताया कि जो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट सारे मिनिस्टर को बैठाल करके एक साथ मिल करके कुछ सीखने का, कुछ समझने का मौका मिलता है, तो ये आपके द्वारा हुआ. तो मैं आपको बहुत बधाई देता हूं, शुभकामनाएं देता हूं आपकी पूरी टीम को कि जिन्होंने इतना अच्छा ये कार्यक्रम आयोजित किया. और मैं आता भी हूँ कुंभ की नगरी प्रयागराज से, तो मैं यहाँ उपस्थित सभी लोगों का गंगा यमुना सरस्वती की 3 माला की धाराओं से मैं आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत और अभिनंदन करता हूँ. इस मंच पर उपस्थित श्री KT रामाराव जी, मंत्री तेलंगाना सरकार, माननीय श्रीमती रजनी जी, मंत्री आंध्र प्रदेश सरकार, माननीय श्री तुषार कांति बेहरा जी, राज्य मंत्री उड़ीसा सरकार, माननीय श्री अतानु सब्यसाची नायक, मंत्री उड़ीसा सरकार, माननीय श्री केशव महंता जी, मंत्री असम सरकार, डॉक्टर महेश जोशी जी, मंत्री राजस्थान सरकार, श्री आनंद मोहन शरण जी, एसीएस हरियाणा, श्री राखी गुप्ता जी, प्रिंसिपल रेजिडेंट कमिश्नर पंजाब, श्री TK अरुण जी, और यहाँ पर उपस्थित सम्मानित महानुभाव प्रिंट मीडिया के सभी साथियों का मैं हार्दिक स्वागत और अभिनंदन करता हूँ अपनी ओर से, अपनी सरकार की ओर से, और सरकार के मुखिया योगी आदित्यनाथ जी की ओर से आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत और अभिनंदन करता हूँ. जैसा कि हम लोग सभी जानते हैं, उत्तर प्रदेश देश की सबसे बड़ी आबादी वाला राज्य है. माननीय आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के मार्गदर्शन में उत्तर प्रदेश एवं प्रदेश के कर्मयोगी मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ जी के नेतृत्व में नए भारत का नया उत्तर प्रदेश नई संभावनाओं और नए अवसरों का केंद्र बनकर उभरा है. हमारी सरकार ने उत्तर प्रदेश को $1 ट्रिलियन की इकोनॉमी बनाने का जो संकल्प लिया है, पिछले 5 वर्षों के दौरान उत्तर प्रदेश में औद्योगिक विकास के क्षेत्र में तेजी से प्रगति हुई है और इन्वेस्टर के लिए पसंदीदा डेस्टिनेशन बनकर उभरा है उत्तर प्रदेश. माननीय मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ जी के दूरदर्शी नेतृत्व एवं प्रदेश को हर क्षेत्र में उत्कृष्ट प्रदर्शन के लिए सक्षम बनाया है, चाहे वो क्वालिटी ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज हो, चाहे वो मटेरियल हो, चाहे मार्केट हो और कंज्यूमर हो. उत्तर प्रदेश में समग्र विकास के लिए आवश्यक सभी तत्वों की पर्याप्त उपलब्धता है. आज अगर हम बात करें तो 2017 में जब हम लोग उत्तर प्रदेश में सरकार हमारी बनी थी, तो केवल 2 एयरपोर्ट संचालित थे और आज की तारीख में उत्तर प्रदेश में 9 एयरपोर्ट संचालित हैं. 5 का MOU अभी माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी ने साइन किया है और जल्दी 5 और एयरपोर्ट शुरू होंगे, तो 9, 5, 14 और 4 एयरपोर्ट पर लगभग 75-80% हम लोग एयरपोर्ट 75 से 80% वो बन चुका है। और 3 एयरपोर्ट पर ज़मीन खरीद करके मास्टर प्लान, ये तो 21 एयरपोर्ट और 5 इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट वाला देश का पहला राज्य उत्तर प्रदेश को बनने का सौभाग्य प्राप्त हो रहा है। अभी आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के करकमलों से जो बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे का लोकार्पण हुआ, बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेसवे के लोकार्पण से पूरे भारत के एक्सप्रेसवे का 37.7% एक्सप्रेसवे उत्तर प्रदेश में है। लगभग 1153 किलोमीटर माँ गंगा, जमुना, ऐसी तमाम पवित्र नदियों का हमें किनारा और आशीर्वाद प्राप्त है, जहाँ पर बहुत उपजाऊ ज़मीन है। 25 करोड़ की आबादी वाला प्रदेश होने की वजह से खपत का एक बहुत बड़ा मार्केट है। मैं आप सबको बताते हुए, जो आपका ये कन्क्लेव है डीजी टेक, हमारे माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी, जिनको योगी, एक साधु, एक संत और महात्मा के रूप में देखते हैं, आप देखते होंगे तो वो टैब पर काम करते हुए टेक्नोलॉजी को कैसे बढ़ावा दें, कैसे हम टेक्नोलॉजी से नई टेक्नोलॉजी को लोगों को इंट्रोड्यूस कराएं। जैसा हमारे भैया ने बताया कि हम आम जन को क्या फ़ायदा पहुंचा सकते हैं, आम जन को इससे क्या फ़ायदा होने वाला है। तो मैं यही कहना चाहता हूं कि यहाँ पर जो हमारे माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी हैं, उन्होंने पिछले 5 सालों में उत्तर प्रदेश को उत्तम प्रदेश बनाया है। अब हम सब मिलकर के उत्तर प्रदेश को सर्वोत्तम प्रदेश बनाने की ओर अग्रसर हैं। मैं फिर से यहाँ पर उपस्थित आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत और अभिनंदन करते हुए अपनी वाणी को विराम देता हूँ। धन्यवाद।
Rajini.
A very good evening to one and all. Respected dignitaries on the dais. Firstly, I would like to thank Economic Times for recognizing the government of Andhra Pradesh in the health sector under the dynamic leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister Sri Y.S. Jagannath Reddy. So I'm really happy to be a part of this today. It's an honor to receive this award on behalf of the government. So like for every government, most of the states, education and health is an important aspect. Likewise, education and health is a tool for improving the life of people in Andhra Pradesh. Our Honorable CM, he himself being a techie savvy, he understands the importance of digitalization. So today we received the award on digitalizing of health records. Myself being the health minister from Andhra Pradesh, I would like to proudly say that our state government has done a phenomenal job in the COVID times. Because when you talk about health, everybody just can think of the pandemic where the world was in crisis. In this crisis, our government, the state of Andhra Pradesh, really strived hard using the technology in reaching out the people and save their lives with the appropriate care in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So we have a very high-end, world's largest grassroots level administrative system, which we call as village or ward secretariat system, and the voluntary system, where some of you might have heard about this. This is an amazing system which actually decentralized the administration into the grassroots level. So this system helped us in reaching out and saving the life of the people of Andhra Pradesh in this hard pandemic times. So with this system, along with the system, we actually took help of the ANMs or the MLHPs and the Arogya Mitras, what we have on the ground level, and we are able to take appropriate care because we were inspired by the vision of Honorable PM and digitalization, and under the leadership of our Honorable CM, we are able to achieve the goals in digitalization. So with this, we, like every government knows, the logistics management is a challenging part. So with this sophisticated systems, whatever we have, we are able to reach the ground level grassroots system by giving all the welfare schemes and also giving the best care, appropriate care, what I'm talking about. And so far, our state, we have a very best scheme called Dr. YSR Arogyasri. In YSR Arogyasri, the health insurance benefits are attained by almost 1.4 crores families. So they are availing the health insurance scheme, which I'm calling it as Dr. YSR Arogyasri, which is an iconic scheme of our state. And we do cover almost 2,446 procedures under this scheme, which indirectly benefits the people, what I was mentioning, like 1.4 crores families enrolled with us. And we are also first in conducting the fever surveys, and also now we ranked number one among the states in digitalizing health records. Almost we have covered 3.4 crore population in digitalizing this health records. The upcoming developments are like we are starting off with the family doctor concept. Likewise, you must have heard in different countries, like there will be a family physician concept where somebody gets sick, so immediately there will be a doctor who covers this particular region or an area or locality, so where he has the complete whole track and record of your health status, and will make sure that every citizen is being covered and he has his proper data stored in this digitalization part. With this family doctor concept, it gets easy for the state of Andhra Pradesh and the people in the grassroots level. They're all safe and will make sure that no one is left alone. So like you say, the whole of government and whole of society approach, that is the main intent of our government of Andhra Pradesh. So likewise, we are making many initiatives for the people of Andhra Pradesh, and we want to make sure that the appropriate care and the speedy access and the trusted healthcare is provided to the people of Andhra Pradesh. So it gives me immense happiness to be a part today, and we'll make sure that every health record is digitalized and nobody is left. Thank you for giving this wonderful opportunity.
Good evening, everybody. Honorable ministers present here, senior journalists and dignitaries. I personally thank ET organizers for inviting us here and for felicitating us. And also, at the same time, I doubly thank the ET organizers because from Odisha in the dais we are two ministers. It is possible, I think, only for the visionary leadership, my leader, Chief Minister of Odisha, Honorable Sri Naveen Patnaik. Mr. Bera is here, IT Minister, and I am looking after food and civil supply and cooperation. One thing you have rightly said in your brief speech, that how important is this digitalization and technology intervention in different departments. You see, I am heading the Department of Food and Civil Supply. One slogan of our Honorable Chief Minister that will not allow anybody in our state to die without food. National Food Security Act is here, but it is based on 2011 census. Population is growing. So in our state, we have also done this state food security scheme, in which we have added some more people in this scheme. At the same time also, I can tell you the main thing why 1 month back, Government of India has given ranked Odisha in the number one as the number one state for implementing this national food security scheme in the state. You know, everybody, that there are different parameters, quality foods and surplus foods and other things, the food supplied during disasters, flood, cyclone, and other calamities. So, all the parameters our state passed. In the same time, I can tell you, in all departments, we have implemented five. You are talking about, Mr. Arun was talking about this 5G thing. But in our state, another thing, Honorable CM has stressed upon 5T things. Number one is technology, then will come teamwork, transparency, and how to complete the project in timely manners. So technology is an important part. Recently, during COVID and our state prone to cyclone and flood also, during disasters, we have also implemented some special schemes to provide food, rice, and other things to the affected people. Another thing I can tell you that since it's a function organized by Media House, I can remember because I have come from a journalism background to the politics. When I was a journalist in 90s, that Odisha, some part of Odisha was in news for hunger and other things. But now scenario has been changed. It is only due to the able leadership of our CM and implementation of these food security schemes. And in the top 4 states of the country for surplus rice, Odisha is one of among them. And so another thing, also very important thing, this fortified rice. Government of India has already instructed to supply this fortified rice, vitamin plus rice to different areas, and also some aspirational districts and others. And we are much ahead. So one thing I can tell you, definitely technology is a important part, and we are implementing it. Recently, just 1 month back, at Italy, our Honorable CM was felicitated by World Food Program organizers for this better implementation of food security schemes in our state. Thanks for calling to this function. And I can tell you, I was just before sitting here, we are talking to some ministers from Telangana and some other states also. They are sharing some important points, and it is the opportunity. He has rightly said that only government programs, Government of India, when they call ministers' conference or anything, we only sit and share our views. But I personally thank Economic Times people organizers for convening this type of session with both technical and leadership session. Thank you all.
Thank you. Since this is a digital thing, we are used to noise and signal. Now there is some noise coming from the room next door, but that's all. Please understand the signal is here. So let's focus here. Now, Mr. Mahanta.
My colleague minister from different part of the country, and officers from Government of India and different part of the country, journalists and distinguished guests. First of all, I thanks to Economic Times, IBM. Actually, uh, Mr. Ramarao mentioned that they organize all the state here, not all the state, some state, and my my IT director attend the all day long meeting, and I informed that very useful discussion today, and so first of all I thanks Economic Times. Uh, actually, I am extremely happy to receive the honor on behalf of the government of Assam and third edition of Digitech Conclave of 2002, uh, when India is celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Uh, Actually, for Assam, we are selecting some for ease of doing business portal. Ease of doing business portal, actually, with the clarion call of making the state of Assam among the top 5 investment destination in the country by Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, the Industries and Commerce Department started on a ambitious journey to create conclude the business ecosystem, freeing the investors and businessmen from the merge of regulatory hurdles. This significant step is direction was among amendment of the Assam Ease of Doing Business Amendment Act 2020. Uh, it significantly reduced the time taken from various permission to start a business and replaced uh, renewals with auto renewals on payment of reduced fees. Another major milestone was achieved. The the Assam MSME, micro, small, medium enterprises, the Facilitation of Establishment and Operation Act 2020, which allow to MSMEs to start their business without any permits and permissions except fire and land. Land conversation search, a period of 3 years. Most of the investor visit Assam and they interested to invest in Assam. That is, I think that is why we are invited here to receive the honor. 2, 3 points I mentioned from our state. Assam State Data Policy 2022. The state data policy, all the departments of the state can participate in the state data policy, and we the department interdepartment share the data. This is the main point of the state data policy of government of Assam. ROW, right of way portal. This is actually we have a 3.5 crore population. Now 1,600 tower, mobile tower, then to 2022, 2,200 people. Among the 2,200 people, one tower. does not buy, but we trying for the 1,000 population, one tower. And Orunudoy, one scheme we launched last 2019. That Orunudoy scheme we digitalize for 19 lakhs of family. Now we extend for 25 lakhs. Uh, and 10th day of the month, all people get uh, their bank account, 1,000 rupees, and we increase now to 1,250. Like this, we now we go to e office on 22nd of October. We completely launched the e-office for the all secretariat. Here Rama is a long time IT minister from here, his state, and Telangana is the get more achievement, I think, and other state now express their views from Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, then Odisha, uh, then all of other state also express their views. But actually, the government of Assam is fully committed for creating the world-class business ecosystem for ease of doing business. Various new initiative like feedback module and in single window system, which all provide the valuable insight in the development of the robust system. I once again thank all of you. Uh, it is a great honor for the state of Assam. Uh, with this note, I would like to end my speech. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Mahanta. Mr. Joshi.
यहाँ मंच पर उपस्थित सभी मंत्रीगण, अधिकारीगण, इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स परिवार के सभी सम्मानित सदस्यगण, उपस्थित गणमान्य अतिथिगण, मीडिया के साथियों, मैं इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स परिवार को धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करता हूं कि उन्होंने राजस्थान जैसे प्रदेश को, जो बहुत विषम परिस्थितियों वाला प्रदेश है और विशेषकर जल के क्षेत्र में जितनी परिस्थितियां हमारी विषम है, शायद देश में कम ही क्षेत्रों की ऐसी विषम परिस्थितियां होंगी, उसमें हमें आपने IoT बेस, जो हमारे स्मार्ट वाटर सप्लाई सिस्टम के लिए हमें चुना और आज आप पुरस्कार दे रहे हैं, अवार्ड दे रहे हैं। राजस्थान देश का सबसे बड़ा राज्य है क्षेत्रफल के हिसाब से, लगभग 10% एरिया राजस्थान के पास है और पेयजल राजस्थान के पास 1%। दूरी पे बसे हुए लोग, हर तरीके के विषम भौगोलिक परिस्थितियां, उसमें हम लोगों के लिए काम करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है, विशेषकर पेयजल के क्षेत्र में। लेकिन जो चुनौतियां होती हैं, हमारे मुख्यमंत्री अशोक गहलोत जी कहते हैं कि चुनौतियों को अवसर में जो बदलता है वही असली सेवक होता है। कम से कम जिनके हाथ में सत्ता हो, चाहे राज्य की सत्ता हो चाहे केंद्र की सत्ता हो, चुनौतियां सब जगह होती हैं। और उन चुनौतियों को जो अवसर में बदलता है, वो जनता का सच्चा सेवक होता है। आपने हमें जल के क्षेत्र में चुना, लेकिन मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं कि डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी का, आईटी क्षेत्र का, कंप्यूटर का, इन सब का उपयोग आम आदमी के लिए करने की कोशिश जिस तरीके से हमारे माननीय मुख्यमंत्री अशोक गहलोत जी ने की, वो अपने आप में बेमिसाल है। कोरोना काल में 200 से ज्यादा वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग उन्होंने कोरोना को लेके की और आम आदमी को उससे जोड़ने की कोशिश की। मैं सिस्टम की बात करूं तो चीफ मिनिस्टर से लेके ऑफिसर्स, इंजीनियर्स, दूसरे टेक्नोक्रेट्स, प्रोफेशनल्स, यहां तक कि पुलिस के कांस्टेबल तक को उन्होंने वीसी से जोड़ा। और यही कारण रहा कि हमारी सारी परिस्थितियां विषम रही। कोरोना की बड़ी भयावह स्थिति राजस्थान में भी थी, लेकिन हम बहुत अच्छे से उसका मुकाबला कर पाए और पूरे देश में कोरोना के खिलाफ जो लड़ाई राजस्थान में लड़ी, उसको लोगों ने रिकॉग्नाइज किया। तो एक चुनौती थी, हमने टेक्नोलॉजी से उस चुनौती को का सामना किया, उससे पार पाए। आगे भी हमारी कोशिश ये है, चाहे हम जेजेएम की बात जिसमें आपने हमें चुना, कि हमारा वाटर सप्लाई सिस्टम हम उसको सेंसर बेस हमने डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी से करने की कोशिश की है और पूरे देश में 100 सिस्टम दिए लगाने के लिए, हमने राजस्थान में 15 सिस्टम लगाए। पानी की गुणवत्ता कैसी हो, इसको उससे चेक किया जाता है। पानी का प्रेशर कैसे, उसको चेक किया जाता है। और सिर्फ पानी की बात नहीं है, बिजली की बात हो, दूसरे एनर्जी सोर्सेज की बात हो, आजकल डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी का उपयोग सब जगह कर रहे हैं। तो मैं आप सबको ये और बताना चाहता हूं कि हम टेक्नोलॉजी का जो उपयोग कर रहे हैं, मुख्यमंत्री जी ने अपने बजट में घोषणा की 1,33,00,000 जो महिला मुखिया हम मानते हैं परिवार की, 1,33,00,000 महिलाओं को हम जल्दी ही स्मार्टफोन और देने वाले हैं। शायद देश में ऐसा मुश्किल ही कहीं उदाहरण मिलेगा। तो मैं बहुत लंबी बात नहीं कहता हुआ, इतना जरूर कहना चाहता हूं कि इस डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी से वाकई जो महात्मा गांधी ने एक कल्पना की थी कि कोई हम निर्णय लें, कोई काम करें, उसका लाभ लाइन में पंक्ति में खड़े जो आखिरी छोर का आदमी उस तक जरूर पहुंचना चाहिए। इस टेक्नोलॉजी का लाभ, डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी का लाभ जो सबसे बड़ा है वो है कि ये सबको एक समान रूप से जोड़ती है और जो लाभ पंक्ति के पहले व्यक्ति को मिलता है, वैसा का वैसा लाभ पंक्ति के आखिरी व्यक्ति तक भी पहुंचता है। तो मैं इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स परिवार को धन्यवाद देता हुआ आज के इस अवसर पर राजीव गांधी जी को जरूर याद करूंगा, जिन्होंने देश को कंप्यूटर क्रांति दी। 21वीं सदी में देश को ले जाने का सपना यही था कि जब हम 21वीं सदी में प्रवेश करें तो हमारा नौजवान दुनिया में किसी और जितने देश हैं, जितने लोग हैं, उनसे अपने आप को पिछड़ा हुआ नहीं समझे। ये उनका सपना था जो आज इस डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी से पूरा हो रहा है। और इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स परिवार से भी आपने सर्वे करके जो चयन किया, मैं आपसे आग्रह करना चाहूँगा कि जो जिन जिन विषयों पर आपने चयन किया है, तो थॉट्स का और एक्सपीरियंस का एक्सचेंज भी आप सारे स्टेट्स को करवाएं और साथ में हमें ये भी सलाह दें। आप सर्वे कराते हैं, आपके निष्पक्ष रूप से आपके सर्वे होते हैं और चूंकि ये तो देश हित की बात है, अगर किसी क्षेत्र में कोई प्रदेश और ज़्यादा डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी का उपयोग कर सकता है तो उसके बारे में भी आपको समय समय पर सुझाव देने चाहिए। आज आपने सबको साथ बुलाया, अगर आप कभी हमें अकेले में बुलाकर कोई सुझाव देंगे तो हम उन सुझावों को अमल में लाने की कोशिश करेंगे। आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और आप सभी यहाँ पधारे इस कॉन्क्लेव में आपने भाग लिया, आपका भी धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
Thank you. Mr. Behra?
Honorable ministers from different states, honorable secretaries, dignitaries of the dais, and friends from media. A very good evening, one and all. I am privileged and honored to be here at Digitech 2022, representing the state of Odisha. First of all, let me tell this year 2022 marks a historic year because now we are on the completion of 75 years of independence. When we are celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav at 75 year of our Azadi, then also we have to recognize the challenges and also the mission which still we have to accomplish. Uh, I would like to highlight some of the points or achievements of our state government in governments. First of all, the 5T Charter, which has been implemented for good governance in Odisha by our Honorable CM, Sri Navin Patnaik. The 5T stands for teamwork, technology, transparency in time-bound manner, which leads to transformation. And in this 5T Charter, technology plays an important role. Odisha's adoption of digital technologies is enabling better governance across the state through its Social Protection Delivery Platform, that is SPDP, which is a beneficiary database standardization initiative. In the state, it is facilitating creation of a single source of truth registry based on socio-economic and demographic attributes for all bona fide residents of Odisha who are currently availing benefits or are eligible to avail them. There is another scheme named as Kalia. Under this scheme, the government operates by unifying the state database and follows it up with verification of information through databases like the socio-economic caste census, National Food Security Act, and other databases. Use of blockchain in paddy procurement automation system, which is being done by Electronics and IT Department. Honorable Minister Food Supply is here from our state. That makes the procurement transaction records tamper-proof and hence assures the farmer and millers of the correct price for their output. Another thing, the Odisha One portal, which is being developed by IT department, can be seen as another instance of the innovative integration of digital technology into governance. Through this portal, the government is providing an online single platform for availing all citizen-centric services. More than 90 services have already been integrated and many more are in the process of being integrated. State level dashboards like which was being operated by our department as well as it was being monitored by our honorable CM during COVID pandemic have also been developed leveraging the power of big data. Another flagship program of our government of Odisha is Mo Sarkar, which has been launched under the feedback from more than 2.3 crore citizens on more than 230 services that is being received or being collected, including all the ministers, all secretaries, and honorable CM as well. The data is being collected from ordinary citizens, how the officials are behaving, like at police station or at hospitals or at any government officials, how they are behaving to the citizens who are going to the office for their for the service delivery. Another is proactive adoption of digital technologies in education and for implementing all these schemes under the BharatNet scheme. The government is providing broadband connectivity to all the GPs, that is almost more than 6,800 GPs, to enable continuing of classroom instruction during pandemic. Odisha School Education Program Authority started a WhatsApp-based teaching system and followed it up with YouTube live streaming classes for students of class 10 and 9 specifically. The government also established smart classrooms to bridge the digital divide that exists in school and mass education department, as well as it established 3,100 smart classrooms under 5T Charter. More than 450 projects and over 130 panels have been installed in the smart classroom in all our 5T transformed schools. In the health sector domain, the government is providing smart health cards that allows cashless health coverage across many empaneled private hospitals that comprises more than 200 hospitals in and outside Odisha. More than 3.5 crore people from 96 lakh households in the state are likely to benefit from this smart health card that comes under Biju Swasthya Kalyan Yojana, and it provides 5 lakh coverage to every citizen and 10 lakh covers to every woman of the state. And another program that is involving the technological integration, Go Swift, for investing in Odisha, that is being implemented by Industry Department, which is one-step investor facilitation portal for ease of doing business in Odisha. And that Go Swift program, for that Go Swift program, Odisha also got recognition, national recognition, and also our minister got award. Another program is Bluish, that is collecting real-time data in irrigation system, for which our water resource department has also got recognition national level at national level. Another program is Go Cloud Odisha, which is a next-gen cloud technology in our data center, and it establishes new tier 3 data center in Odisha. We have also developed a state-of-the-art internet connectivity, which is known as OSWAN, Odisha Statewide Area Network, and that automation system is called OSWAS. By this OSWAS system, we function in many offices, including all the departments, directorates, HOD, divisional, sub-divisional, and district offices. This was very helpful during the pandemic, as VPN connectivity was provided to government officers to work from home. Also, recently, our Honorable CM introduced one cyber security operations center, which was again implemented at OCAC, which is our nodal center for electronics and IT department, to overcome cyber security threats originating from different directions and in multiple forms. Now we have come up with a new IT policy in 2022, which augments Odisha's existing capabilities in IT, but also intends to make Odisha a leading center of innovation in all the emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things. The policy is also offering
Mr. Behra,
incentives for the establishment of centers.
If you sum it up, we are actually running out of time.
1 minute more. That offers incentives for the establishment of Center of Excellences in Higher Education Department and Biju Innovation Labs in schools. And also, many commentators have frequently dubbed 21st century as Asian century, labeled India as one of the primary protagonists which will lead this Asian miracle. And Odisha will play a similar role in driving India's story forward. As Honorable Minister of Telangana stated, all should take cues from this discussion and implement the best practices among all the states for the betterment of our citizens, leading to the transformation of India. Thank you. Vande Mataram, Vande Utkal Janani.
Thank you. Mr. Charu.
Thank you. Shri T.K. Arunji, respected dignitaries on the dais, distinguished guests, the complete Economic Times fraternity, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, it is indeed a pleasure and an honor to be present here with the purpose of being recognized for the best performance in three sectors of digitization or the digital transformation. I would not elaborate the various initiatives, hundreds of them taken by the government, but I will just mention the unique initiatives of the Haryana government. The complete Haryana government and the state is undergoing a digital transformation. I would say not just the transformation, but a revolution is taking place. The very fact that the Honorable Chief Minister is the IT Minister himself of the state shows the importance or the focus given to the IT revolution in the state. Two, three things in that category. As one of the honorable ministers was mentioning, any IT transformation has to be seen from the mirror of the social outreach. We have been recognized today for three things. One, the DBT. Second, the ease of doing business or the business reforms. And third, which is a very unique initiative of the Haryana government, that is the Antyodaya Saral portal. Starting with the digital revolution, Haryana Vidhan Sabha is completely paperless. Notepads and tabs have been given to the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th government school students. One of the unique initiatives, Right to Service, a statutory act enacted by the state government. But herein, a person who has not been delivered a service in the prescribed time doesn't have to approach the government. There's an auto appeal system wherein if a service is not delivered within the prescribed time limit, automatically an appeal goes to the appellate authority and the message goes to the applicant. Just a few examples to show the kind of digital revolution Haryana state is undergoing under the personal supervision of the Honorable Chief Minister. Now coming to the three things, very briefly. DBT, when it started in 2016, with the focus till date, 55,000 crores of rupees have been transferred through the DBT. More than 30 plus DBT schemes have been onboarded on the Saral platform. It is a very unique digital platform which delivers and tracks more than 650 services cutting across nearly 50 government departments. Saral, how the name came. It is simple, S, all-inclusive, A, real-time, R, action-oriented, A, and long-lasting, L, Saral portal. And it is linked to the unique Antyodaya portal, which has been recognized today. One of the most unique initiatives, wherein if we see most of the social sector schemes or the government benefits The eligibility and other things are based on the family status, be it the family income combined. So the Parivar Pechan Patra, that has been made for each and every family in the state. If a person has to avail of any government benefit, first he or she has to register under the PPP. All the departments, all the data is captured over there. As the Honorable Minister was saying, that the real-time data, here it is more of the Sarkar Aapke Dwar, wherein the data is captured in such a way. Suppose an example I'll give, an old age pension. A person gets due for this old age pension at the age of 60, given the other eligibility parameters. The moment he or she reaches 60, that PPP portal catches on its own, since all the data is available there. And if he or she is eligible, he doesn't have to apply for the pension. Automatically through the PPP portal, it is delivered, the services. So there are n number of examples of this. Last point, Antyodaya Saral portal. Through this PPP portal, the government identified the first phase, the families which have less than annual income of 1 lakh rupees through this PPP portal. So those families were targeted, the government reached them, offered them all the government schemes, identified the schemes which can be useful to them, and they have to be brought outside the poverty index. The next target through this portal, 1 to 2 lakhs. This is the Antyodaya Saral portal, wherein the Parivar Pechan Patra, more than 650 services of the government department have been onboarded. I can go on and on about the Haryana government initiatives on the digital transformation. Once again, I thank the ET fraternity for having recognized the best performances of the Haryana government in 3 unique achievements. Otherwise, it's more of a digital revolution. Thank you.
Thank you. May I request Ms. Gupta?
हेलो गुड इवनिंग लेडीज़ एंड जेंटलमैन सबसे पहले मैं ईटी परिवार को मुबारकबाद देना चाहूँगी कि उन्होंने पंजाब की पोजीशनिंग बड़ी सही की है हरियाणा और बॉर्डर के बिल्कुल बीच में और जो ये म्यूज़िक बज रहा था तो मुझे तो ये ड्रोन स्ट्राइक्स जो हमारे पे होती रहती हैं उसकी याद दिला रही थी तो मुझे कुछ लग नहीं रहा था I have been assigned the very onerous task of fitting into the very large shoes of my Chief Minister, Shri Bhagwant Mann. And as he would have said, because he loves to use at least one, so I'll have to use that Punjabi phrase, कि असी हैं तो बड़े निक्के जे लेकिन साडे हौसले बड़े बुलंद ने. So we may be tiny, but we are very progressive. At the outset, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to Mr. T. Radhakrishna, Editor, ET Government, The Economic Times, for celebrating India's digital journey at 75 by convening the 3rd Digitech Conclave 2022. It is a moment of great pride for me to be present at the August gathering, wherein the government of Punjab is being felicitated for best performance in state service portal delivery, best service portal delivery for local governance and social welfare, best implementation of business reform, action plan, and digital Punjab portal. I'm extremely grateful to the Honorable Chief Minister of Punjab, Sardar Bhagwant Mann, who envisions to foster an inclusive socio-economic growth of the state through digital innovations. The state of Punjab has been making relentless strides to adopt digitization in every aspect of governance for facilitating Punjab's holistic growth. A large number of initiatives have been undertaken by the state of Punjab to usher in an era of e-governance. Sustained efforts are being made at multiple levels to improve the delivery and access to public services, increase transparency and accountability, simplifying regulatory frameworks, etc. E-governance in Punjab has steadily evolved from computerization of government departments, which was a very first step, to initiatives that encapsulate the finer points of governance, such as citizen centricity, service orientation, and transparency. The state has the Punjab Anti-Red Tape Act, which mandates the availability of all G2B and G2C services online. Punjab Governance Platform has been created for providing several common services such as e-sign, Aadhaar Vault, single sign-on, cloud drive, etc. This platform assists in overcoming data discrepancy and data mismatch across the departments. Digital Punjab platform is another novel step in facilitating the people of Punjab. The government of Punjab has gone that extra mile to create an investor-friendly regulatory landscape in the state. Our flagship initiative, the Invest Punjab Business First portal, promotes transparency and minimum governance by serving as a single window. It has recently been enhanced to provide 100 plus regulatory approvals and services from 20 plus departments without any physical touchpoints. The government has also approved the provision of deemed approvals, wherein online automatic clearances will be issued on the expiry of stipulated time period based on self-certification by industry units. Also, a special thanks to all the industry partners who have shared their insightful knowledge with us. This will promote more efficient industrial growth in the state and contribute to the creation of business-friendly environments. Now, in industries and commerce, what we have done. Well, we are all aware that a strong developed industrial sector is a precondition for long-term economic growth and overall state development. A growing industrial sector with strong forward and backward linkages can have a multiplier effect on other sectors of the economy, creating jobs and improving income levels. We seek to develop this crucial sector of the economy and address ground-level concerns confronting our industrialist brothers and sisters. We pledge to foster an environment conducive to industrial development in Punjab. To begin, the government has suggested a budgetary allocation of rupees 3,163 crores in the financial year 22-23, representing a 48.06% increase over 21-22. Setting up of traders' commissions. Our government intends to form a special commission comprised solely of traders and businessmen. The government and this commission would work together to make decisions and develop policies. The fundamental idea is to develop policies that people in this sector want to assist them in adding value, creating employment, and promoting industrial development in Punjab. In addition to providing funds for establishing and bolstering the industrial focal points, government is currently in the final stages of also acquiring approximately 490 acres of property in Mohali, which is a huge chunk of land because Punjab, the land rates are pretty high. Additionally, an integrated manufacturing cluster over an area of around 1,100 acres is being developed at Rajpura. Additionally, the government has also recently announced that underutilized lands in industrial estates and focal points will be made accessible to industry at competitive rates in an effort to promote industrial revival. The government is also in the process of bringing about a progressive new industrial policy in order to make the state an appealing investment location, which it already is. Finally, I want to reassure the businessmen and industrialists of Punjab that our state government would fully abolish low-level corruption and the supposed Inspector Raj in order to dispel anxiety and foster a climate that is conducive to business. Our story has just begun. And for everybody present here in this August House, we hope that the government of Punjab and industry continues to work further towards the progress of the state. Our Chief Minister, Sardar Bhagwant Mann, has a great vision for the industrial growth in the state of Punjab. With the entrepreneurial spirit of industry and supportive policies of the government, we want to make Punjab a global manufacturing hub. Thank you one and all, and thank you, ET, for providing us this podium.
Thank you. Now we will move to the next stage of actually felicitating our governments and government representatives. But I just wanted to point out one thing. our consultants who drew on their expertise to choose the awardees, they're not political people. But it so happens that the awards have gone to 3 states from the north, 3 from the south, 1 from the east, 1 from the west, and 1 from the northeast. Our entire country is being sort of represented. And it's a matter of pride that India is able to celebrate achievements in digital governance. There will be very few places in the world with a similar per capita income. A country would be able to celebrate such diverse achievements in digital governance, in education, in healthcare, in improving governance, transparency, ease of doing business, in so many sectors, welfare, we are doing so well. Actually, this conference has been, inspiring in enhancing our expectations of India's future promise. A big round of applause for all these people sitting here for what they are doing in our country. And thank you for listening patiently to 9 participants on a panel. Thank you.